I am going to talk about Wilson GACHANJA. Wilson GACHANJA used to be the Commissioner of Lands. In those days, we had the president, we had the vice president, who more or less was just another minister. Actually, a vice president used not to be the most powerful minister. Then we had ministers, assistant ministers, PSS, and so on. But in the Ministry of Lands, we had somebody called Commissioner of Lands, who in this case was Wilson GACHANJA. Most of the work that used to happen with the Commission of Lands has been taken up with the National Lands Commission. The work of the National Lands Commission is to handle land that belongs to the nation. But those days, the whole country used to belong to the nation. It only took the Commission of Lands to declare your land to be public land. And the Commission of Lands would decide how much to pay you. But nowadays, there is the National Lands Commission, which would send experts to value your land and take it. Those days, as far as land matters was concerned, the president had absolute power over land issues, and so was the Commissioner of Lands, in this case, Mr. Wilson GACHANJA. As GACHANJA used to continue with his work, they used to allocate a lot of land. I remember one time the president ordered that a land in Kitale called Mwisho Farm be given to Pokot. And by Pokot it means the native of West Pokot and also civil servants working in West Pokot. Those civil servants who succeeded, I was not one of them, were given 5 acres each. But people like the district commissioner and above were getting over 200 acres. So the issue is to give the bosses 200 acres under pretext that land is being given to small people. GACHANJA grabbed a lot of plots, but he knew that registering them under his name would be a problem. So some of the plots he registered in those plots he registered in the names of his friends, but some of the plots he registered in the name of Mr. Mangondu, a land dealer. Now when he registered them under Mr. Mangondu, when he was about to retire, he requested Mangondu to be prepared to revert the lands to him once he has retired from the civil service. But then Mr. Mangondu started playing cat and mouse game. Those days we did not have mobile phones, so we only had landlines, and there was no way you would know who is calling. So whenever you visited Mangondu, he would, whenever the phone call rang, he would tell you to pick up the phone and want to know who is on the other side so that he decides what to talk. And that is how witnesses came to know that there was a lot of time when GACHANJA would call and say, ambia Mangondu prepare shamba nikiretire iwe registered in my name. Mangondu refused, and this information of course reached Mrs. GACHANJA, and Mrs. GACHANJA had a brother called Murwatetu, who was a chief inspector of the Administration Police Services. This Murwatetu had been charged and convicted of murder and jailed in Kamiti. But how he came out of prison and went back to his AP work as a chief inspector, only him and God knows. So Mrs. GACHANJA organized with her brother a convicted murderer who mysteriously found job back into the Administration Police Service on how to murder this Mr. Mangondu. So they organized for his murder. And those days were when Kitengela was now coming up. So Murwatetu and others organized for, you know, Mangundu was a land dealer. So he was told about a plot in Kitengela. He was told on how to there was such a plot. So he was taken to Kitengela, where he was to check on the plot, and that is how he was killed. And among the people who were being killed, there was a driver who was hit but did not die. It is this driver who came and disclosed on how these people are. That is why Mrs. GACHANJA and her brother Murwatetu were convicted on killing Mangundu. And all these things happened without GACHANJA knowing. But crime does not pay.